Let's take time now to settle the body. Begin by sitting in a comfortable position with the legs crossed or out in front of the body, whatever is comfortable for you. Placing the hands on the knees in a mudra of your choice and checking that the spine is straight. Head and neck are aligned with the spine and the shoulders are back and down, but relaxed, just opening up the chest. Eyes and mouth are lightly closed. And take a long, deep inhalation. And on the exhalation, releasing all of the events that have happened for you today. And again, another long, deep inhalation. And this time on the exhalation, release all of the conversations and interactions that you've had today in whatever form they may have taken. Just let them all go. And for a third time, another long, deep yogic breath in. And this time, when you release the breath, release any feelings of obligation of things you need to do outside of this class and give yourself the gift of being right here and right now. And bring the awareness now to the eyebrow center. And at this point, visualize a steady candle flame. And together, we'll chant Om 3 times, Om Shanti, and the Shanti mantra to pay respect to the wisdom traditions and to each other, so we can all learn together without ill will. So breathing in first for Om chanting. Om. 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 Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahe, Tejasvinat Padhitamastu, Ma Ved Vishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. And keeping the eyes closed for a few moments, observe the natural breath and just observe how steady the rhythm of the natural breath is. And today's class will be focused on the theme of rhythm and regularity. So now set an intention, a Sankalpa, for yourself for this class. An intention to stay connected to your own natural rhythm. Internally, that could be the breath and the heartbeat, and externally, the flow of the movements as we perform and work through our asana practice. And we're going to begin our first asana actually in child pose, Shashankasan. First, bringing the buttocks back to the heels. You can have the arms out in front of the body, or you can have them down beside. Forehead on the floor. If you have low blood pressure, please make sure your head is higher than your heart. Otherwise, just take a few moments and observe in this practice also the balance as you balance on top of your legs. Sure your arms are in a balanced position on the floor. And just bringing the senses, withdrawing them internally. And now come up to a tabletop position. Check there's nothing in front or behind you. I might go on a bit of an angle. I do have things in front and behind me. So making sure the hands are directly below the shoulders, or maybe just a little bit in front of the shoulders, the knees directly below the hips. We're going to first raise the right arm and the left leg. It's a balance posture, keeping the head up. So inhale, raise the right arm and the left leg. Hold for a few moments. Exhale, bring the hand and the leg back down, knee to the floor. And now do the same, left arm up, right leg up. Complete another 4 rounds and hold your 5th round just a little bit longer than the others. In this practice, also observe the mind, what happens with the mind as you try and balance. When you finish your practice, come back into child's pose, Shashankasan, just allowing the body to rest and observing the movement of energy from this practice. And then when you're ready, come up to standing, but do so very slowly and mindfully. We'll do the head to foot pose on the way up. Allowing the top half of the body to hang over the bottom half of the body. You can either wrap the arms behind the knees, holding the opposite elbow, or just let the arms hang loose. And then very gently and mindfully come up to standing. in a standing position, first of all, with the legs about hip width apart, arms hanging loose by the sides and the shoulders back and down, spine straight, head and neck aligned, eyes closed if that's okay for you. And just firstly, feel steady and comfortable and balanced on your feet. We're now going to do the chair pose, which is Utkatasana. Okay, so for the chair pose, it's just what it actually says. It's about having your legs about hip width apart, maybe a little bit wider. And you're going to almost squat as though you're going to sit on a chair. So we'll just do the practice first without worrying about the arms. And so you're just trying to keep the back straight and going and sitting back down. So you can see the best way to do it is to keep the back straight. I'm not very good at this practice. To balance, you might want to put the arms out now. And then come up. We're going to do 3 rounds where is right for you. With the arms, you can either have them in prayer position or you can have the arms above the head in prayer position, whatever works for you. But it's better to try and maintain a straight back when you're doing it. I find when I do that, it's even worse. So I might just put my hands in prayer position. So we'll do 3 rounds and hold the final round. When you've completed your practice, come back to standing Shavasana. And again, just observe what the mind is doing with that practice. I tend to go into dislike for that particular practice because it doesn't come easy to me. It's interesting where the mind goes. Next, we're going to do Trikonasana. So for this practice, legs are as wide as you can. So you can either use the long ways on your mat, but I'll do it in front of you this way. Turn the right foot out so that you can't see on the camera, but my right foot is turned that way. Left foot is turned in about 45 degrees. And so within this stance, raise the arms and make sure you're facing forward. Raise the arms. And for the first couple of rounds, we'll do it this way. So bring the elbow to the knee and raise the left arm straight up and look up, if that's right for you, or you can just look straight ahead. Then inhale, bring the arms out to the sides. Turn the left foot out that way, and then turn the right foot in 40 degrees. Then bend the left leg, the left knee, bringing the left elbow to the left knee, raising the arm up and looking up. We'll do another 2 rounds, but what you can do as a variation if it's right for you. So again, same as what you were doing, arms out, change the position of your feet. Bend the knee leaning forward. So you can either keep the arm like that, or you can put the hand on the floor on the inside of the ankle, raising the left arm up and looking up. And hold for a few breaths. And then when it's right for you, come up and do the same on the left side. So turn the right foot in, left foot out, bending the left knee, and then placing the left hand on the inside of the left ankle, raising the right arm up, looking up. And then try and hold your final round a little bit longer than the others. Up to 5 breaths if you can. And then when you've completed, come up to standing just for a few moments. Back to standing Shavasana, feet hip width apart, arms hanging loose, and just closing the eyes for a few moments. We're going to do a lunge in a standing position. That's a very bad angle. Standing position. We're going to step backwards. And we'll do a lunge. First, we'll step back with the left leg, and it's a high lunge. See if it'll let me. Yeah. So bending the right knee, making sure the knee's not over the toes. And you can raise, just be on the toes on your left foot and raising the heels a bit. And then raising the arms above the head in prayer position. Bring the palms down and bring the left foot forward. And then we'll step back with the right foot. High lunge on the left leg, raising the hands above the head in prayer position. Bring the palms back to the heart space and stepping forward. Let's do another 2 rounds. Stepping back with the left leg and then leaning forward into a lunge on the right leg. When you've completed, come back to standing Shavasana. And again, just observe the effects of the practice. Now we'll come down onto the knees. So I need a cushion for this one. So we're going to do camel pose. And I'm going to do it. I'm not at the stage where I can do the full practice. So what I'll do it more. I'll show you what I can do, and then I'll explain where because you might be at the full practice. Actually, I'll go this way first. We'll start on the right side. Having the toes high on the knees. So standing on your knees, spine is straight. With the right hand, you can either bring it around or you can go over the top. So you'll be grabbing, just touching the right heel with the right hand and trying to keep your hips forward. With the left hand, you can hold it out just a little bit above the shoulder. Head is up. And bring the hand down. And then do the same with the left. So, left heel, right hand up. Trying to keep hips forward. Now, if you are super flexible, you can try and do both. I just can't seem to do it. But if you can bend the spine back a little bit to do that, or you can just continue with what we were doing. And we'll do 3 rounds in total. If you need to take a little break in between your rounds, please feel free. It's not a natural movement for me. And again, it's another practice where my mind goes straight to, I don't like this, which is usually why I should do it more often. Okay. When you've completed, come down to base position with the legs out in front of the body. And if you need to rub your knees a little bit, loosen them up, please feel free to do that too. And we'll do Tatali Asana. So bring the feet in front of the buttocks, put the soles together, wrap the hands around the feet. Try and bring the feet as close to the body as possible and allow the knees to open to the sides. And we'll do 10 rounds of this practice. So inhaling and bringing these up to the body, exhaling, opening the knees and just letting them to able to fall naturally towards the floor. So inhale on the upward movement and exhale on the downward movement. And you can go as slowly or as dynamically as suits you. When you're finished, bring the legs out in front of the body again. Come back to base position. Just observe. And for our final asana, we'll do a spinal twist. So firstly, bring the sole of the right foot to the outside of the left knee. You can either keep the leg straight, the left leg straight, or you can tuck it behind the buttock. Spine is straight. Then with the left arm, put the right knee in the crook of the left elbow, and then wrap the right arm behind the body, so the hands just behind the buttocks, and use that to as a bit of leverage to twist the body around, gazing over that right shoulder. Not pushing or straining though. Inhale, come back, and complete the same on the left side. And we'll do it 3 rounds, holding the final round. Feeling that spinal twist. And when you finish your final round, into a comfortable sitting position for pranayama. So in a comfortable sitting position, hands on the knees, eyes and mouth lightly closed. Just observe first the natural breath and allow the body to return to its natural breath. And our pranayama practice for this evening will be, for this class, will be Kapalbhati. I'll demonstrate first. So it's like a very sudden inhalation through the nostrils, and it's like you're filling the abdomen like a billows. If you've seen those when they used to have like blacksmiths and stuff, so you're just breathing in, and then it's a sharp exhalation as well. So it's like, but try not to move the body around. Like I'm not doing that so well, but as you really, it's really coming from the abdomen. So you're breathing into the abdomen and then using the abdomen to push the air out. And so we'll do the 3 rounds of 10 breaths. inhalation's a bit slower than the exhalation, as you'll pick up, and have a little break in between each round, focusing on the eyebrow center. When you finish your final round, just come back to the natural breath, allowing the breath to regulate. And then once it is back to the natural breath, very slowly and mindfully come into Shavasana to prepare for our Yoga Nidra practice. Lying down in Shavasana, just be sure that you have everything that you need for the practice. Wherever you may be, you might need a blanket or some coverings, or even you might need a cushion to put under your knees to support your back. Whatever's right for you, make yourself comfortable now. And ensure that there's balance between the left and the right side of the body, that the legs are hip width apart and all tensions released from the legs, so that the legs and the feet are just flopping to the sides, and the arms are a little bit away from the body with the palms facing the sky. The spine is straight, and you might like to even just tuck in your chin a little to check that your head and neck are aligned and there's balance. Your head is balanced and even as well. And take a long, deep yogic breath in. And as you exhale, release your body into the floor. Allow it to melt into the floor. And try once more, another long, deep yogic breath in. And again, releasing any remaining tension in the body, including in the face, releasing all expression or any tension in the face. Just let it all go. And feel the body's contact against the floor. Feel the point of the heels against the floor. And feel the contact of the back of the legs and the buttocks against the floor. Feel the sensation of the back of the hands and the arms against the floor. And feel the contact of the back and the spine, all the vertebrae of the spine and their contact with the floor. Feel the shoulders and the neck against the floor and the back of the head. Feel the contact of the back of the head against the floor. And observe how all of these different points of contact create one singular point of contact between the body and the floor. And become aware now of sound. Listen first for sounds that are way off in the distance. Don't try to identify the sounds or name the sounds. Just move your awareness from one sound to the next sound as you hear it. Move the awareness now to sounds just outside the room where you are. Once again, just moving the awareness from sound to sound. Moving the awareness now to sounds inside the room where you are. And now moving the awareness to sounds inside the body, beginning first with the sound and the sensation of the heartbeat. And now shift the awareness to the sound and the sensation of the natural breath. Release the sound awareness now and call to mind your Sankalpa. Mentally repeat it 3 times now. We'll now rotate the awareness around the body. When I say the name of a body part, place your awareness there, visualize that part, and mentally repeat the name of that part. We'll begin with the right side of the body and the right hand thumb. First finger, second, third, and little finger, palm of the right hand, back of the right hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side of the chest, right waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, heel, ankle, sole of the right foot, top of the right foot, right big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. And we'll move now over to the left side of the body and the left hand thumb, first finger, second, third, and little finger, palm of the left hand, back of the left hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left side of the chest, left waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, heel, ankle, sole of the left foot, top of the left foot, left big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. Moving now to the back of the body with the heels, back of the legs, the buttocks, the small of the back, the middle of the back, the shoulder blades, the space between the shoulder blades, the back of the neck, and the entire spinal column, the back of the head, and the crown of the head. Moving now to the face with the forehead, the temples, the eyebrows, and the eyebrow center, the ears, the cheeks, the nose, the lips, the jaw, the chin, the throat, the collarbones, and the pit of the throat, the right side of the chest, the left side of the chest, and the center of the chest, the right side of the abdomen, the left side of the abdomen, and the navel, the right side of the pelvis, the left side of the pelvis, and the groin, the whole right leg, the whole left leg, and both legs together, the whole right arm, the whole left arm, and both arms together, the whole torso, the whole neck, the whole head, the whole front of the body, the whole back of the body, and the whole body. Have a sense now, all at once, the whole body. Release the body rotation now and bring the awareness back to the natural breath, observing how subtle the natural breath has now become, and also observing the rise and fall at the navel as it moves along with the natural breath. And now add a visualization to the natural breath. With each inhalation, imagine a subtle pulsing light traveling in through the nose, moving throughout the body in steady waves. Each exhalation carries away any tension or irregularity, restoring a calm and rhythmic balance in the body. You're breathing in steadiness on the inhalation, releasing irregularity on the exhalation. And if the mind wanders, remember, use the breath just like an anchor. Bring it back to the practice. Release the breath visualization now, and instead feel the following opposite sensations in the body. The body's feeling hotter and hotter. The body feels like it's growing warmer and warmer, just like you've stepped into the gentle heat of a sun-warmed room. Every cell tingles with pleasant warmth. The body's feeling hotter and hotter, like it's stepped into the gentle heat of a sun-warmed room. Release this feeling of heat now and replace it instead with a feeling of coldness. The body's feeling colder and colder. The body feels a refreshing coolness drifting over the skin like a soft breeze on a crisp morning. The body's feeling colder and colder, like it's standing outside in the soft breeze of a cool morning. Release this feeling of coldness now. Exchange it instead with a feeling of heaviness. The body's feeling heavier and heavier. The body feels as though it's made out of lead and it's sinking into the floor beneath you. The body's feeling heavier and heavier, and it's sinking into the floor. Release this feeling of heaviness now and replace it instead with a feeling of lightness. The body's feeling lighter and lighter. The body feels as though it's feather light, weightless, as though it could drift on the slightest breeze. The body's feeling lighter and lighter, like it's weightless and drifting on the breeze. Release this feeling of lightness and release all of these sensations. Allow the body to come back to its normal state, and instead now come to the space of the mind, the space behind the closed eyes, also known as Chittakash. And in this space, see, imagine, visualize, and create the following objects and images. You are standing in a vast desert at twilight. The golden sand beneath your feet still holds the last warmth of the day, and a gentle hush spreads across the dunes. There are rolling waves of sand that meet the horizon and glow with the remnants of the sunset. Above you, the sky transitions from deep blue to starlit black. One by one, stars appear, shimmering like distant lanterns. In the air, you can sense a faint, earthy aroma where the heat meets the cool night air. A soft breeze brushes across your skin, carrying the quiet hush of this endless landscape. As you stand there, you notice the regular rhythm of your breath aligning with the natural pulse of this desert night, an unhurried, soothing tempo. In the distance, a single candle burns on a simple low table. You walk towards it, feeling each grain of sand beneath your feet, each step a gentle message. Reaching the table, you see the candle's steady flame dancing in the faint breeze, reflecting a sense of calm and steadiness. You absorb and observe the flame's warm glow, and you see that glow expanding throughout your entire body. a steady pulse of light illuminating every cell. The night sky above and the quiet desert around you seem to harmonize with your own steady heartbeat and gentle breathing. Everything is in sync. Everything is at ease. And you feel this sense of rhythm and regularity flow through you as you stand peacefully in this starlit scene. And you know that you can carry this feeling of rhythm and regularity from the desert with you everywhere. And so you bring this feeling with you and come back now to your mat. And lying on your mat, you call to mind your Sankalpa. Mentally repeat it 3 times now. And allow the breath to deepen in the body and observe the movement the breath makes on the inhalation, how it presses the back against the floor. And feel and observe your body now, checking in to see how you feel compared to when you began this class. The practice of Yoga Nidra is coming to a close. Begin to remember the details of the room where you are first. Remember the color of your mat, the color of your clothing. Remember the time of day. And begin now to hear the sounds around you and remember the world attached to those sounds. Make small movements with the fingers and the toes, allowing the body to gently externalize. Being kind to yourself and taking your time and really gently and moving and stretching in a way that's right for you. I like to raise your arms above your head for a full body stretch, or bring the knees to the chest and roll across your back. Whatever works for you, allowing the body to externalize. I like to roll on your right side for a few moments. And then when it's right for you, very gently and mindfully, with the eyes closed or downcast, come up to a comfortable sitting position. And in a comfortable sitting position, with the legs crossed and hands on your knees in a mudra of your choice. Bring the awareness to the eyebrow center and visualize there a steady candle flame. And observe and visualize that candle flame, the light of that flame cascading throughout the body, through every cell of the body. And together we'll chant Om 3 times and Om Shanti to conclude our practice. Breathing in for Om chanting. Om. 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 Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat.